Hi everybody, it's Audrey. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm about to overwhelm you with process videos this week because I've been doing a lot with the Hip Kit Club kits. And I'm excited because this is my very first one with the November kit, which is a winter/Christmas theme. So I have gone through and pulled out a couple things, and I'm very excited about this because I love scrapping Christmas and winter holidays and just winter snowy pictures. So this is for this week's sketch. So I'm using this sketch, and every Friday there's a sketch in the member forum, and you can check out the sketch and participate and be entered to win a prize. So I've cut my photo out into a circle because the sketch had a circular photo, and I don't do that often, but in this particular photo, there was a lot of white space, and it was kind of, from a far distance, so there's a lot of empty space in the photo, so I felt that I could, create a large circle and still, not take away from what, the photo was trying to show. So this photo is of my kiddos sledding on the hill right outside of it kind of goes into our driveway a little bit, and it's just a tiny hill, but I know to them it seems like, a giant hill. Like, when you're little, those hills seem a lot bigger than they actually are, and as you get older, the hills get smaller, I guess. But they had so much fun with our neighbors, and actually this was just almost exactly a year ago. It was November 21st, yeah. So we had a lot of snow. We had a big snowstorm. So they were having fun with our neighbors, making little jumps and stuff, and they just play for hours out there on that hill in the snow. So it's super fun to watch them. Anyway, so going with the snow theme, I felt I had to use some snowy paper. So I pulled out this strip for the bottom of the layout, and I decided to go with this color palette in this particular piece of paper because it has kind of that moss green in it, and the pink and the blue, which are, not necessarily traditional. Well, the pink and the green especially are not, traditional snow winter page colors, but I love that color green, and I love scrapping with that color moss green, and I think it works well for a winter page in this case. So I am just going to layer some snowflakes. Some of the die cuts here are from the Crepe Paper Snow and Cocoa collection, and then others are from the die cut pack, which are exclusive to Hip Kit Club, so they are exclusive to the kit this month. I'm pretty sure, well, I'm not pretty sure, I know Kim Watson designed those, so those are super, super cute. So I just go through all those die cuts and kind of pick out the ones that I think work for my page and kind of put the other ones to the side. So I really wanted to kind of bring in all the colors that were in the patterned paper strip on the bottom. So I'm going through and looking for, something green and something pink. And I just loved the super cute little penguins. And I thought of, like penguins sliding on ice on their bellies or whatever. And, thought that would go along cute with the theme of my photo. And I love the contrast the green adds here with the, the blue snowflakes and the pink as well. The photo, by the way, I kind of framed with a blue piece of pattern paper because I really wanted it to stick out from the busyness of the pattern paper and, all the snowflakes I knew I was going to cluster behind it. So you can see I changed the background. I'm really, really, really trying hard to use colored cardstock for my backgrounds more often, but in this case, I just felt that I needed to use the white because I had so much other color going on, and I really like how the white background really picks up the white in the photo too, because the photo had a lot of white in it. I considered fussy cutting out some of the snowflakes from the piece of pattern paper I have in the bottom, but there were plenty of other snowflakes in this kit for me to scatter. I picked out a couple of gold ones. It's hard to see in this video, but the one I'm playing with right now is a gold sticker. And then because I had gold there, I felt like I had to cluster gold in a couple different places. If you look at this sketch, I should have included the sketch. I forgot to include it in this video, but this is pretty much a completely literal interpretation of the sketch. I mean, when you look at the sketch and this layout side by side, it's almost as if everything is placed in the exact same spot too. And I wasn't looking at the sketch as I was going along, but it was in my mind, so I guess that's what makes a good sketch, is when you look at it once and you get the idea in your head and you can go and make your page and make it almost exactly like that. So, okay, so I took some shimmers. Actually, this is not from this month's kit. It's from a previous month's kit, but I wanted to kind of have more of this navy, darker blue. And so I'm just going to kind of splatter that on here and there. And the first batch I really watered down there, and then I blotted it off with a towel, and that just makes it a little bit lighter. And the second batch I added a lot more of the paint and then didn't water it as much, and that makes it a little bit darker blue. Okay, so I started putting things down, and then I remembered, oh, I want to stitch. So, because the sketch has some stitching around the border. So I went through, and it's hard to tell in the video and in the final pictures even, but this thread is a variegated thread, which means it has regions of like light blue and then a medium blue, and then it fades into dark blue. So I wish you could see it more in the video and in the photo, but close up you can definitely see the variegated thread. So that was kind of a cool effect. I liked how that looked. So I just glued the strip on the bottom. I roughed up the edges a little bit there, and I'm just going to go back and layer some things on like I had them. I originally had a green kind of sticker, I think sticker or die cut, I don't remember, for my journaling spot, but I felt I needed more room for journaling. So I cut out this green kind of journaling spot from one of the Project Life cards from the Project Life kit this month. And you can see I put a gold, what is it called, like a banner sticker on the bottom of the photo. And that I put that there because I was inspired by the sketch for that, because the sketch has like a banner shape on the bottom. And just layered a couple snowflakes. And I'm going to go through and jazz up these snowflakes a little bit because I know that they need something a little bit more, and there's lots of other little bits to add. Some of the snowflakes, like I initially stuck down or glued down, and like the stickers especially in the background, and that helps me reposition things on the page when I, because I take it all off and like we'll add mist or stitch or whatever, and then I'll put it all back on. But if I have a couple things down on the background, just a couple stickers or whatever, or I can glue things down that I know are going to, stay in place, or I don't mind if they get paint splatters on them, then it helps me reposition everything else back where it was. Sometimes. No, that doesn't work all the time. So anyway, going back to my clusters here, I do rearrange these snowflakes a little bit more. And then I was deciding if I wanted to add, I just took that pink one off because I just thought it was too bold with, and I had the other green one right next to it, and they kind of were too close in shape and size, and I like to have the different sizes and different shapes. I think it scatters a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and just on some of the snowflakes, I'm taking some of these enamel dots and adding centers to the snowflakes. I don't do it for every snowflake, I don't think. And you can see I've also added some of the wood veneer buttons to a few of the snowflakes as well. And now here comes the title. So I've originally put my title over here. First of all, these alphas are just awesome. I love the pattern on them. It's hard to tell. They kind of look gray in the video, but they are actually white with tiny black polka dots, and they're just adorable. But I decided putting it on the left kind of took away from the embellishment clusters, and it kind of just drew your eye away from the cluster over there. And I had all this white space in my photo, and I felt that putting the title on there didn't really take away from the action of the photo too much. So I went ahead and put my title right on the photo, which I don't do that often, but I like the way it came out. So there's the finished page. I loved working with kind of the non-traditional color palette here, but it still feels wintry when you have snowflakes and penguins and, a lot of white and, of course, your wintry photo too. So thank you so much for stopping by today. Stay tuned for a lot more winter pages coming up. And yes, that is a hint that there just might be another 12 days of Christmas coming up December 1st. Stay tuned. Stay scrappy, friends.